Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the NFL Sunday Morning Show right here on the Hardcore Sports Network. I'm here with my guy James from the Steelers by the Lake podcast. How you doing, man? We got Championship Sunday today.
That's it, man. It's going to be a fun day, great football day, and lots of awesome football in front of us today.
Especially, oh my God, I'm nervous. I am beyond nervous right now, but a lot of my Eagles fans, like family and friends and all, they're confident. They're really confident. But for me, I'm not with Jalen Hurts right now. I
Yeah.
am not. So, actually, give me your thoughts on Jalen Hurts since we're on the topic. How do you think he's been doing?
Not what you're expecting, right? You've got an ultra talented wide receiver core. In my opinion, the best running back in the NFL. Not that I'm biased at all, right? But and then a very talented tight end group too. You expect the offense to be able to pass at will, especially behind an offensive line like that. That is probably the best offensive line in the league, in my opinion. Some highly skilled and very talented, very massive, powerful dudes up front there. You're just not getting it. It's not in rhythm like you're expecting. It's too choppy. It's too reliant on the run game, which isn't a bad thing because of who you've got behind the quarterback back there. But it should, in my opinion, make a common sense fan be a little bit cautious and a little bit concerned that if another team just kind of loads the box up and starts putting 8-9 in the box on every play, you might find yourself in a situation where Jalen has to win the game. And what if he has another bad game on that game where you have to pass to win?
You know what? This bothers me the most, the fact that we got the safety. And I blame that on Kellen Moore. Not much Jalen Hurts here. You got to run the ball. Run the ball, 1, 2, 3, punt, right? Not to stay out there in the pocket like you're a sitting duck. Like you're just out there just hanging around and you get a safety. And the Eagles fan base is crazy right now. They were thinking that he played a great game. You can't criticize him or whatever. And then it's just like, I would rather give up an interception than a safety. I don't know about you, but that's just how I think. I don't want to give up 2 points on the freaking board. I don't know how you feel about that, Dave.
It depends on the situation for the interception. I don't want to give up an interception on like a screen pass where they get awesome field position. But if you're throwing it 40 yards downfield, it's just as good as a punt. So I'm kind of okay with those interceptions that are on deep intended passes that are 30, 40 yards down the field, because it's the same as a bad punt at that point, and then you're not really out much. So do you want to throw the interception ever? No, obviously not. But realistically, those things are going to happen from time to time, and you got to take some shots. You got to take shots downfield. That was a big issue for Pittsburgh this year, is not being able to get down the field and stretch defenses enough. They became one-dimensional against them. They shut Pittsburgh's run game down, and then their offense turned to crap.
Yeah. Now, with just the Eagles aspect of this, the Eagles got a great team all around. Best team in the league not by far. They were on a 10-game winning streak. But there's always room for, what I would say, for criticism and improvement.
Yeah.
I mean, that game, man, Jalen Hurts did not look good at all. I was not a big Jalen Hurts fan coming out of school. I was not a big Hurts fan at all. Like, I didn't even want him as our quarterback. I was that guy that was like, okay, I'll take this guy instead of him. That guy. He proved me wrong, but now he's back at square one by holding the ball too long, not getting rid of it. And I'm like, we got Saquon Barkley, use him. You got the best running back in the league. Why not use him, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know what scares me for you guys, Mitch, is the way you're describing Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot like the career arch of Russell Wilson.
Yes.
Where he came out and, was very reliant on the option offense. The read option was real big back then with him and Colin Kaepernick were great at the read option. Russ turned it into an awesome career with 9 Pro Bowls. But later in his career, the more recent years, has really struggled with getting through his reads, hanging onto the ball too long, taking bad sacks. And it sounds like what you're describing is a little the same. That has me concerned for you guys. I hope he doesn't go down that same path.
I don't either. I really don't. I don't see it. But thank you to the defense here, because if it wasn't for this defense, I don't know where the Eagles would have been with Jalen Hurts at the quarterback.
Yeah.
This is the best defense I've seen in God knows how long. So, what is up, Wesley? I love that comment, man. I love that comment. That's my guy, man. Wesley, huge supporter of the channel. Really appreciate that comment, bro. I needed it. I needed that because I'm still nervous. So, we're going to come back to the Eagles here. How do you feel about the Chiefs and the Bills? Because I feel like that game is the best game.
I'm excited for it. You know, I really would love to see the Bills get over this hump, right? Every year in the postseason, they play the Chiefs. The Chiefs have their number in the postseason. They might beat them in the regular season, but the Bills just can't handle the Chiefs in the postseason. It's time for Buffalo to strap up and really come with both straps on that chin strap and come and play hard. Just don't hit Mahomes. Just leave him alone. Let him do his sliding and do his stuff, trying to draw the penalties. Just touch him and make sure when you do it, it's at the waist or below. Don't even come near his shoulder pads or helmet, and you'll be okay.
He's becoming an NBA player right now.
Yeah.
Like every NBA player flocks now is going to the NFL. Like, you can't make this up. You really can't make this up on how they just are protecting him because, you know, the whole thing with Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce. We're talking about Mahomes, our crew. I mean, come on. You're a Cowboys fan. You should have known who we're talking about. But, yeah, it's crazy.
It reminds me, the protection level reminds me of the Brady era so much, because when roughing the passer really was at its peak of being over penalized by a substantial amount, it was a whole different set of rules for Tom Brady than it was for the rest of the league, especially if you were a larger or athletic quarterback, because those guys didn't get any calls for roughing the passers at all. I remember a Sunday night game. It was Steelers versus Ravens, where Haloti Ngata went through Big Ben's face mask, broke his nose. There was blood everywhere on a live game, and there was no flag on the play. And that's the difference in the level of penalty protection, as to where if somebody grazed a single finger on Tom Brady's helmet, he looked at the ref and said, "What the hell?" And then he'd pull the flag out and throw it after Tom complained about it. So it's just a completely different set of rules. Unfortunately, it's not the first time we've seen this, but it doesn't make it suck less. You hate to see a different set of rules for one guy than the rest of the league. And it's tough to not look at it and say that Taylor Swift doesn't have anything to do with it because of the increase in ratings that her fans bring to the games. They want to see Mahomes go as far as humanly possible because it's great for the ratings, which means more money. So
it's not just that, too. There's never been a team that won 3 Super Bowls in a row.
Yeah.
So they want history. The NFL wants that with the money and stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, do you really think the Bills have a shot?
Yes.
Of winning?
I do. I really think the Bills are ready for it. And I think it's a lot because we look at this Bills roster, and there's not a lot of stars on offense. It's a lot of like B and C level wide receivers and running backs. And even in the tight end room, maybe there's a little bit more splash there with Dalton Kincaid. But there just aren't these marquee guys. And Josh Allen carried them. He carried them. He spread the ball around to everyone. And they just had a fantastic season because of it. Hardly losing any games at all, only 4 on the regular season. I think that the Bills do have what it takes to do this, and I'm pulling for them today. I would love to see Buffalo pull this off. Got a lot of Bills fans for friends up here in the northern Pennsylvania area. We're like halfway in between Cleveland, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh. It's like a triangle of fanhood here. So I'm pulling for my friends that are Bills fans today to see them get over the hump and get back to the Super Bowl.
So this is actually kind of funny. I was friends with this person who is a big Bills fan. And whenever I went to this person's house, I would watch the Bills get torched, get schooled, get killed. And then when I would come home, I'm like, there's a really good game on. And I'm like, I watched the Bills get their ass kicked instead of this. Like, I hated that so much. And now I'm not even friends with this person. And I'm like, dang, I want to go back to that house and watch the Bills play.
just to get him to lose for him.
Yeah. It's just like, I just want the Bills gone. I want them gone. It's just like, you can't get this now. But, hold on 1 second. Got an alert here. But, yeah, I really think the Bills have a shot here. I really do. That defense is another level. Now, if Von Miller, or that linebacker, right? Von Miller, if he wins this.
And Matt Milano too, right?
Yep. He would have 3 Super Bowls, one with different teams. He would be the first player ever to do that.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Von's been around, huh?
He's got to retire at some point.
Yeah. It's crazy, in the last probably 10 years or so, we're starting to see some of these pass rushers play really late into their careers. I feel like a pass rusher was more similar to a running back, where when they got into their early 30s, that was it. They started to kind of fade away. I mean, how old's Khalil Mack by now? That guy's got to be in his
Raiders
upper 30s.
fans want him back.
Yeah.
Raiders fans want him back. Now they got Pete Carroll there. I'm like, are you trying to get older? Are you trying to become the 76ers now and just get old?
Like, that shows you how bad your pass rushing unit is, though, when you're trying to get what is he, probably 37 or 38 by now, and you're trying to get somebody like that back into the unit. I mean, James Harrison played till he was like 40. You just keep on seeing these pass rushers. Calais Campbell. Just think about him. How old is Calais Campbell? He's got to be 38, 39 by now.
He's got to be up there, man. This is a young guys league, and now everyone wants the older guys. But I always felt like when you get a coach who's coming back to a new team, it doesn't work out. I think you're better off with just a brand new coach, a brand new face, a brand new direction. Yeah. Not just keep picking up someone's scraps.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's rare. You're right. It depends on the situation for guys and how much they have left in the tank. But that doesn't always work out great.
Yeah, and then here comes our crew talking about his Oklahoma City Thunder again. Once in December, the NBA season started late, and I told my cousin to turn onto the Thunder game. He asked why, because they suck, because they are rebuilding. That's how I was with the Bills, but I did not see them going where they are now. I'm being honest. I did not see that coming. Oh, man. You know who's missing out on this game? Tyreek Hill must be mad right now. He must be so mad. Can you imagine him? Like, he wanted out. He got out. He wanted to go to Miami and play with Tua, who can't stay healthy. And then now he wants out of there.
The only thing he's got going for him is no state income tax. So he's making all of his paycheck instead of not all of it. But is that really worth it to be on a team that'll never make a push?
Yeah, this whole thing with Tyreek Hill is just so funny because now the Chiefs have somebody named Worley who is their next Tyreek Hill, and the Bills are still mad at for not drafting this guy. How do you let him go to the Chiefs?
We were saying it for months. Anybody that was real big into the NFL draft process, as soon as that kid ran like a 4.22 40 or whatever incredible number it was, everybody said the same thing. Oh, he's going to end up on the Chiefs somehow. They already know how to use a guy like that.
Crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah, evaluation there. It's not just on the Bills, though. Everybody needed to come together. Someone needed to look at that from the NFL in those last 5 picks coming up to it and say, man, we can't let this guy make it to Kansas City.
You know who I have as an X factor? James Cook. Okay. I feel like James Cook is going to have a great game today. I always have that feeling.
He's had a nice season, hasn't he? I feel like he's been a pleasant surprise for them.
Does he have a brother?
Yeah, Dalvin. Right? Dalvin played for the Vikings. Yeah, he was really good too.
Yeah, I'm like, now James Cook is arguably top top 10 running backs in this league right now.
Yeah, that's incredible. That you don't see that
Yep.
in the same family tree too often. I mean, it's one thing if it's the Watts, but
What I hate to bring this up. What about the Barbers? You have Tiki Barber and Rondé Barber, and I hate them both. And I hate them both.
yeah, but it is what it is. They were both real good.
Not just that, the pick six Rondé Barber had.
Yeah.
I'm like, that still haunts me to this day. Tiki Barber, I could, yeah, it's just freaking Tiki, but
yeah.
It's just crazy.
I got a fun Tiki Barber story for you. So I
Go for
remember later on in his career, Tiki was starting to fumble the ball a decent amount. And so the coaching staff got together, and the strength and conditioning coach said, I think it's an issue with his strength as to why he's fumbling so much. Yeah. And they said, we just don't think he's doing the work in the weight room. So the strength and conditioning coach took him in the weight room and said, let's see how many times you can put up 225. And he couldn't do it once. He was so out of shape and had not lifted weights in so long, he couldn't bench 225 once anymore as an NFL starting running back. And I know he was never like a big bruiser, but still, even like a 200-pound or 205-pound running back ought to be able to do that 15 to 20 times, and he couldn't do it once. So they got him back in the weight room, and his fumbling issues went away.
Wow.
That's just lazy, man. You're a professional athlete. You got to lift weights.
That would never be Saquon.
No.
That would never be Saquon.
No, that man loves the weight room.
Loves the weight room, just loves getting in shape, especially the fact that he was always injured. He was never healthy.
Yeah.
But then he was still working on his craft and everything. So,
always, yeah.
Who do you think will be the X factor for the Bills?
That's a good question. I feel like it's going to be a pass rusher. It's going to be somebody that's getting after Mahomes and making his day a nightmare.
Yeah.
But it might have to be an interior guy just because those tackles seem to get away with a lot of holding there. It might have to be something like Ed Oliver having a great day to make him always run. Just make him get out of the pocket and be thrown on the run.
And then for me, the X factor, I'm going to go to the Chiefs now.
Mm-hmm.
But for the X factor for the Chiefs, oh my God, I'm not going to say I don't want to say Mahomes or Kelce, but that's who it comes down to.
Yeah, right.
It just always comes down to those two. Who's the running back again? I'm going to blank.
That quick dude. He's back, right? He's healthy by now.
Yeah, I got it. I'm going to look at the depth chart right now. I got it. My God. Don't you just hate it when the name is just like there and you like forget?
Pacheco.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that will be no. I'm going to go with DeAndre Hopkins here. I think I'm going to go with DeAndre Hopkins. They're going to spend a lot of time trying to lock up Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy. I think Hopkins is going to be one of those guys they're going to try to leave open. And I'm still mad at Tennessee for that.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I'm going with Hopkins. How about you?
Let me keep a theme going here, and I'll go defense here as well. And let me get you Trent McDuffie. I'm going to say he's going to get a pick on Josh Allen, and that'll make a big difference in the game.
Yeah, Josh Allen will probably watch him throw like 2 or 3 interceptions.
Oh, man, I hope not for his sake, but
I hope not too, but it's just like, damn. Come on, Allen. Damn. But it is what it is. This game's going to go down to the wire.
Yeah,
it's going to definitely go down to the wire. And if the Bills somehow win it, I don't know what the NFL would do. They'll probably find some sort of thing and be like, see, you can't do that.
Yeah. They'll penalize some draft picks or something just for beating the Chiefs in the playoffs. Yeah, there would be something. They'll come up with a way to punish them for it.
Yeah. Can you imagine if Josh Allen just finally gets that win and then you just looking at him with the AFC Championship and it's just like, wow, about time someone's done it. About time.
And honestly, Mahomes needs competition in the AFC.
Yes.
And
yes.
the talent's there with Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow. Like those top tier quarterbacks are all there ready to compete with them. They just haven't been able to put teams together good enough to do it. So this is the closest, and I don't know, does Lamar lack that clutch gene to be able to make it far enough to go against Mahomes? I feel like he doesn't ever get that far with it.
Well, he needs a tight end who can catch the ball for the 2-point conversion.
That
was in his hands, dude. That was right there.
And it's a Pro Bowl tight end. How much better of a guy can you ask for? And somehow he chokes in the moment.
But they Marshawn Lynch this. They should have just gave it to Derrick Henry and let him go.
Won't get any disagreement from me.
Huh?
You won't get any disagreement from me on that.
I just don't understand why they always try to outsmart their opponent, but it always comes back to bite them in the ass.
Yeah.
Every time. Just do the simple route.
Yeah.
Like Bo knows. Bo knows with that.
Yeah. Bo knows too well. We'd see a very passionate Bo if he was on the show right now talking about that.
Yeah. Crazy, man. Crazy. So, yeah, let's just try to do the predictions for this game. I got the Chiefs winning. It's going to be down to the wire. It's going to be like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like 4 or 5 touchdowns each. So, I'm going to go 28-30 Chiefs. It's going to be back and forth.
It's a tough one. I really want to pick the Bills. My head says pick the Chiefs. So we'll go 27-24 with the Bills coming out on top and finally getting over the hump up to the Super Bowl. We're going to take the Bills in an upset here.
Please don't. That person's going to text me. We're like, hey, what happens when you're not here? I'm like, yeah, now the Eagles got to kick your ass in the Super Bowl. So, yeah, now let's go back to the Eagles and Commanders. The NFC, I can't remember when there was a NFC East game in the championship rivalry. I can't remember the last time. Like, history in the making right here. And Josh Harris, too. Yeah. God damn. I hate Josh Harris. But, yeah, give me your thoughts on the Commanders.
I mean, they've played above their weight class, I feel like, all year. And Jaden Daniels has had an incredible season. But at what point in time does a highly skilled defense with a good defensive coordinator just scheme some stuff up that he's not ready for? We've seen this happen throughout the course of the year. He didn't have his best game against Pittsburgh. They were able to beat the Commanders. I don't see why the Eagles would not be able to beat the Commanders, just because I feel like rookie quarterbacks are only a matter of time before they get that panic game, that game where everything's hitting them and they've never seen this before and they've never seen that before, and everything just goes wrong. And I feel like the meltdown is right around the corner, and it's about to happen here versus the Eagles. And it's going to be one of those coming back down to earth moments where you can still look at it and say Jaden Daniels had an incredible rookie season, but I just don't see the Commanders getting past the Eagles.
I don't know, man. We're tied 1-1. Zach Ertz is coming back home. Jahan Dotson is facing his former team. A lot of storylines here. But with the Commanders, you got weapons in the world. You got Terry McLaurin. You got Brian Johnson. You got all the weapons for them to succeed. But what fascinates me the most is that it just took 1 year. It took 1 year to rebuild and get rid of that guy Snyder. And speaking of Snyder, did you hear what he said?
No, what'd he say?
Like, how mad he was about the Commanders, how good they are now. Like, geez.
I love it.
Something like that.
I love it.
I do too, man.
Nothing shows that you made the right decision better than the sour grapes of the person that you moved on from.
Yeah. But he got a lot of money out of that deal.
That's it when they
He
give
got a
these fully
lot of
guaranteed
money
deals
out of
out.
that deal, man.
That's
Yep.
the way that goes. There's a lot of speculation as to that's why Pittsburgh didn't move on from Mike Tomlin after another season that just didn't impress and didn't meet the standard that we're supposed to see. Is that he just got a 3-year, $50 million deal, and there's 2 years left on it, and it's fully guaranteed. So
Yep.
you're going to pay this guy $17 million a year to sit at home and not be your coach, or you're just going to let him finish it out?
Yeah. What is up, Gregor? What is up, man? Thank you for stopping by. And Vic says, well, the Super Bowl logo says it will be the Commanders and Chiefs. Do you believe in that stuff? Like with the logos, the colors, and everything? Do you believe in that?
I don't know, because generally the logos are like red, blue, and white. And then people are like, oh, that means this team. Well, like 3/4 of the teams in the NFL have red, blue, or white in their logo. So it's an easy thing to pull a parallel to. I mean, you can narrow it down a little bit when it comes to the final teams. But yeah, I mean, when was there ever green in the Super Bowl logo?
I don't know, man. It's been a while.
Remember. Yeah, I don't remember, but the Eagles have sure been there and won the Super Bowl. So does that mean they weren't supposed to win that year, or does that mean that it's not actually scripted?
I don't know, right? I don't know, it's crazy. But guys, really quick, if you guys haven't yet, please subscribe to the Hardcore Play and Rewind. The link is in the chat. Gaming, movies, all that stuff. Hit that subscribe link in the chat. Shout out to my guy Blaze, man, for that intro logo. Yeah. It sounds like that beat. It's just like so catchy. It gets stuck in my head. It gets stuck, man. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I love this beat, but it gets kind of catchy and annoying.
Yeah.
So, yeah. See, Vic likes that. Make sure you subscribe to that channel, Vic. I'll be recording a video for that second channel in a little bit. So, yeah. So, you know what? Let's just do the predictions here and just wrap up the show. We'll just do a half hour. Give me your prediction for the Eagles and the Commanders.
I'm going Eagles on this. I'm sure that won't break your heart or most of the folks there at Hardcore Sports Network. I think this is going to be a little bit more one-sided than most people think. I'll go 31-21 with the Eagles getting the win on this.
Okay. So for me, I think because remember, Eagles have Jake Elliott. He can't make an extra point worth a dang. So I got the Eagles winning 27-20. I think it will come down to Jake Elliott missing an extra point.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go that route. Jake, what's wrong with kickers this year, man? I just want to ask you that. What's wrong with kickers this year?
I feel blessed to have the Pro Bowl kicker on my team, who dang near broke the record for most field goals made in a season and didn't miss an extra point all year. So, as we love to say on our show, Boswell for president.
Yeah, Arco. James is a big Saquon Barkley fan, Penn State. So I gotta ask, did you even watch the championship game between Ohio State and Notre Dame? Because I did not.
No.
I love it.
They keep on putting stuff like that on weekdays, and that's just never gonna work for me, man. I get up way too early for work for a weeknight game. I'll stay up for an NFL game. Like if it's a Steelers game on a Monday night or a Thursday night or something, or a Sunday night, obviously I'm gonna stay up and watch it. But for a college game, it's never gonna happen unless Penn State's in the championship game.
Yeah. What is up, Halftime? How's it going, man? Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully you're feeling better. He came down with a really bad flu, bad cough. He got it bad. So feel better, man. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, it's just like the second biggest games. Of course you do. Of course you want the Commanders versus the Bills. Why wouldn't you? Of course. I just want to sit here and if the Eagles win, everyone's gonna be like, "See, look, now they're gonna lose soon. Keep to the Bills or whatever." Like,
Mhm.
it's like one of those, man. What's our silly saying halftime? Oh my god. But yeah, guys, let us know your predictions in the chat, and then we're gonna head on out. So halftime shot the Eagles versus the Bills in the Super Bowl. I got Eagles versus Chiefs. That's who I got, and you got the Eagles versus Bills too.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be down to the wire. I remember Lamar Jackson coming. I think it was on First Take. He's not Lamar Jackson. Cam Newton.
Yeah.
When Cam Newton said the teams from the AFC are going to win the Super Bowl, he said it was Lamar Jackson. It was Cam Newton too. It was Cam Newton. I don't know why I'm keeping saying Lamar, but it's Cam Newton also. Yeah, Bills will beat the Eagles. See, this is what you get from the Steelers fans. He's a Steelers fan.
Oh
There
no.
you go. Chad and Vic, all Steelers. 34-17. That is good. That is good. A double-digit victory. I think it will be much closer than that. So, yeah, guys, I think that will wrap up the Sunday morning show. James, let the people know where they can find you, man.
I can find Steelers by the Lake on YouTube, TikTok, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, basically anywhere you can find a podcast, you'll find us.
Yep. And then, guys, you will find me on my main channel, second channel, all the channels. That's all I got. You can follow me on Twitter right here. And yeah, check out to the hardcore play and rewind. I'll talk to you guys later, man. Go Birds. Peace, guys.